Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I've been a huge fan for a majority of my life since Akeelah and the Bee. So it's great to be talking to you right now.
Oh my gosh, the pleasure is all mine.
Yes,
you look great.
Ma'am. Thank you. And you always look great. I actually want to ask you the same question. I just interviewed Eve last week, and I talked to her about what I love about our generation of women and her generation of women and all those before and that will come after we are some multifaceted women. And I feel like you are kind of the representation of that from my generation. I mean, between movies, film, fashion, music, the list goes on. You have been killing the game. So now you are, an amazing, amazing judge for this cooking show. Tell me, what made you want to sign on to do this project?
Oh my gosh. First of all, thank you for everything that you just said. It's
very. I'll give you your flowers, okay?
Oh my gosh, that was literally just so kind. So really, thank you for that. And I received that. I think the thing that I wanted to be a part of the show was because, first of all, I love food competition shows. However, this was not your average food competition show. Like initially, I thought, okay, I'm about to be tasting this, tasting that. It's gonna be eating. But then I realized, okay, no, this is really a food art competition, and I kind of got thrust into the real world of food art. That there's actually these competitions where people take these structures and these pieces that you would usually see in a museum used with clay, but they actually take elements from food and transform them into art. And I just was like, that's next level. And I think people are going to be really surprised by that. So I was like, yes, I definitely want to host. But then I seen the other aspect of the show, which is I get to actually dress up as characters in these sketches. They kind of act as interstitials that, walk our artists along the road of what they're going to be creating, what type of monkey wrenches they're going to be thrown, and how much time that they have left. So I love the aspect that I got to play my own original character from each and every one of these Disney IPs that we use and do a real funny sketch to kind of tell a story within a story. So then I was like, okay, this has my name written all over it.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I couldn't agree more. And I feel that this competition show, like you said, it's kind of separate. It involves art and it encompasses everything that I feel like you represent as an artist, as a creative. So when watching this show, and I want to know what would you tell kids who are maybe too afraid to go into their passion of cooking, of things like that, because it's not the norm. As kids, we come up liking, sports, for women, fashion, make all those type of things. Well, for me, it was sports because I was tomboy. But I feel like this kind of gives a new avenue to kids who are really, really have a passion for cooking. And I think that's so amazing because, we have cooking shows and then we have the kid-based cooking shows, but this is something on Disney that really encompasses an audience of young children that may love cooking. And this is a cool way to get into it. Would you agree with that?
I absolutely would agree with that, especially on what you said when it comes to just a different avenue. There are very specific things that we think we can do in this world, whether it's, I could be a model, or I could be an athlete, or I could be a teacher, I could be a doctor, and all those things are absolutely 100% great. But then there are other aspects of things that you don't even necessarily need college for, or maybe you would be more fitted for a trade school, or there's so many other aspects of this world that you can actually make a proud living and fun living for yourself with, like food art. I mean, this is people that, are literally we have people that are construction workers, engineers, all types of different positions that are taking this food and using math and creating something miraculous out of it. So I think, at the end of the day, it always should be encouraged, and representation is a huge part of this.
Yes, representation is everything.
Themselves doing something out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? There's a kid out there right now that's making up stuff with his food, and somebody is being like, stop making a mess. When he or she sees this show, they're going to say, that's actually a field.
That's me.
I'm a very strong believer that you have to follow your heart, because there was somebody years and years and years ago that said, I want to put on the first food art competition. They didn't exist, but somebody loved playing with food and said, hey, I want to do a food art competition. And now it's a big thing that's attached to so many things that actually prompted us doing an actual television show about it. So I'm a strong believer in following your heart, because you never know what it can inspire others to create in the new world that can become because of it.
Exactly. And Keke, I just want to give you your flowers you kind of encompass, like I said, this someone in our generation who not only goes after their passions, but you play in roles and you work on projects that make passions look cool. I mean, you made being a spelling bee champion look like it's the thing to do. You made being a nerd cool. And that was all the way back in the day. So now here you are on this competition show, you know, lending your cool to an avenue that has not been explored yet. I just want to give you your flowers for that. And really say, continue to lend your cool to things that matter. And we just want to thank you for that. So that's my time. And I wanted to end with that. But yes, I'm so super excited to see you as a judge. And I can't wait to see all the fun that comes from it. I can't wait for my nieces and nephews to watch. Like,
yes, and girl, me too. My nieces and nephew, they literally, it's the coolest thing when they actually see me on TV, because they like, what is that? Like, is that my auntie? So I cannot wait for them to see Foodtastic as well.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We love you, Keke, and have a good weekend and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Happy holidays, love.